them on, we do some interviewing, we do some conversations so that you can get to know your favorite streamers, influencers, personalities. Maybe it's somebody that you've never heard of before, and you get to make a new friend or hear about somebody that you'd like to be your new friend. You can go join their live stream or do something like that. It's a ton of fun, and whether you stay for one person or 1 minute, if you stay for 1 minute, I'm a little hurt. But if you stay for the show, that is appreciated. I do recaps of the rundown on this as well in the beginning of the show. So if you miss the rundown on Fridays, I do a recap. But you don't want old news, so make sure that you tune into the rundown on Fridays. Speaking of the rundown and the shows that exist, as always, let's do a quick run through of all the shows that we've got going on. All right, Monday nights, right here. This is from Meet Me Scout Tag. I'm sorry, not for Tagged. This is all exclusive to Meet Me Scout Plenty of Fish, not Tagged. Meet Me Scout Plenty of Fish. What do we have? We've got Painting Night with Mia. That's every Monday at 8 p.m. Don't jump. Stop doing that. Every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She brings you all of the coolest techniques with her pastel palette. I was trying to think of a cool. I try and give her a different adjective every week. I'm dry for adjectives this week. Mia's great at painting, everybody. Make sure you check out her live stream every Monday at 8 p.m. Thanks for the cards. Mondays at 9 is On Air with Choff. Choff is a real life radio DJ who gives you the opportunity to be featured on the air. He's in Montreal, Canada. 94.7 Hits FM is one of the stations he's best known for, I believe. So go ahead and check him out. Anyone out there who's from Canada, make sure that you listen to Choff's show Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's the host out there. All right, Tuesdays, you've got Beyond Magic with Bob. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's every week. Bob has got your fix for illusions and talent magic. He invites you into the box to blow your mind. You can have a real life actual magic trick done to you. Every week he does not let it down. I swear, I see him every week and I'm just blown away. It does not get old. Does not get old. So real life David Blaine right here streaming for all of your enjoyment. Check him out every Tuesday at 9. Also on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. You have Get Fit with Allie and Ashley. That's the workout twins. They're helping you keep that quarantine bod at bay. So make sure that you check them out. That's Big Luke. I'll call out Big Luke. He said earlier, Chris, I love you, and I want you to know that I love you. And I said I love you too, Big Luke. I said that. Yeah. So I'll just make that little point. Make sure you give Big Luke some love, all right? What else do we have? Wednesdays, Suit Up. You're here right now. We don't have to call out anything about Suit Up. I've already explained it. Thursdays, Love is Blind with Perfect Flaw. I think she came by here as well. Wait, time out. I missed a show on Tuesdays. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. It's Hoops. It's Search for the Star with Hoops. I missed the show. I missed Hoops show. There's so much content, everybody. Tuesdays jam-packed. All right? So make sure you check that out. Back over to Perfect Flaw, though. Perfect Flaw's got Love is Blind every Thursday at 3 p.m. If you are interested in finding love, or if you've ever wanted to participate in a blind date, Perfect Flaw puts it together every week. It's something special. 1 week, everybody, this is not a joke. No one knew this was going to happen. Someone confessed their love for, well, I shouldn't say love, their love interest for somebody. Live on air, and they had them box up to get their response. Never has there been hotter tea. What if that person said that they weren't feeling those feelings? Turned out they did. We wish them all the best. Did we ever get a follow-up on that? Are they together? Who knows? Ask Perfect Flaw on Love is Blind Thursdays at 3 p.m. Thursdays at 8 p.m. you can catch Gore Couture with Carmen Sandiego. Carmen Sandiego is a makeup and gore effects artist. Check her out. She's going to show you how to do your makeup in unique and crazy cool ways. Is crazy cool something that people are interested when it comes to makeup? Has anyone ever said, hey, your makeup's crazy cool, how'd you do it? I don't know. It's more like, no, I don't feel like that's the right adjective. We'll work on our adjective game for Gore Couture. Fridays, it's The Rundown, hosted from the Talent Team Official. It's the Meet Me Official, Scout Official, Plenty of Fish Official account. You'll see my face there again, giving you all the latest updates on the Meet Group universe, top badge announcements, in real-time contest results. You name it. If it's new, breaking, or interesting, we're going to announce it there on Fridays. And finally, wrapping up the week, it is Theme Stream with Holly at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where she brings you all the coolest themes and setups and antics. And people are encouraged to participate with her with the things that she does. All right, so I gave this tip of the week the other week. I pushed it on the rundown, but it's becoming more and more important as more and more people are trying to get that top badge, right? If you are taking your streaming seriously, it is important to have a searchable name. All right, so let's talk about what a searchable name looks like. And have you ever done the name search test? Okay, go to the search bar in live so that you can search live streams and type your name as it appears. So if you have something in the beginning of your name like Ugly Bryson there, people will search for the UGLY first. And are you first result? Is it something that comes up? Don't make it difficult for people to find you, everyone. Make sure that you have a searchable name like Mustache Dabs. You've got the really cool characters, right? But make sure that the characters aren't too unique that it's not searchable. It's tough. It's tough. Sometimes the comments move fast too, and you can't catch someone's name. All right, so there's that, everyone. Real quick shout out to the latest top badge announcements. We announced them last week. We had Rel a few weeks ago, Octo Alley. We had Panic. Most recently, we had Kate, Station, and Breezy. Congratulations to both of them. They were super excited. If you've not seen or favorited any of those streamers, make sure you check them out. Brand new top badges that are existing. Let's talk about the contest. I'm not going to get into too many details, but there's a major contest going on. 100 winners. The last time they did a contest that big was for the playlist sweepstakes. $100,000 spread across 100 winners. Incredible. $100,000. $100,000 spread across 100 winners. Check the banner to see it. Top place in this contest, it's 2 million diamonds. 2 million diamonds for that number one spot. Number two, 1.6, paid all the way down to 100. And you know what? If you're getting between 95th to 100th, even if you're finishing in that very last part, you're still earning 40,000 diamonds. That's huge. That's huge. So get out there. Happy streams, everybody. Check the real-time leaderboards. Things are getting crazy. We'll have more on contests on Friday with the rundown. All right, on that note, let's get the show started. We're 10 minutes in. We're doing really well on time. My name's Chris. This is Suited Up. Our first guest is requesting. What's requiting? I feel like if you confidently use the word requiting, someone would believe you. You could look them dead in the eye and go, I requite that. And they'd be like, I concur. Indubitably. All right, so I'm requiting Mercedes to the our first guest tonight. Everyone is Mercedes. Please give her a warm welcome. Keep in mind while we do these conversations, we do not acknowledge the comments. I will not acknowledge any gifts. They are appreciated, though. We do get into some serious topics at times with these conversations and want to make sure that we give respect to the people who are being featured. All right, our first person tonight, everyone. One of the newest top badges on the platform. You've seen her dominating the leaderboards. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Our first guest tonight, Miss Mercedes. How you doing, Mercedes?
Hi, Chris. I had to pull out my microphone for this.
Let's do it. Now, Mercedes, I'm still getting used to this new box structure. Am I hiding behind the box with you? Or am I?
No, actually, you look perfect.
Okay, so I should probably do this.
I know it's different. Yeah, you.
No, it's excellent. No, it's wonderful to see you. So, for the people who haven't met you before, will you introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Mercedes. I'm one of the, I wouldn't say newest top streamers, but I'm pretty new as a top streamer. And I absolutely love the app. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's been within the past month.
Yes.
So you're right. In the streaming world, a month is a pretty long time. Sometimes it takes a bit. But let's dive into it. Let's get into some real talk and some real information, because a lot of us know you as a streamer. We've had an opportunity to get to know you that way, but we're definitely interested in getting to know a bit more of who you are outside of the app and even before joining the app. You are from Plenty of Fish, correct? That's the platform that you stream from?
That is correct.
That is correct. Cool. So give us the story. How did Mercedes find herself downloading Plenty of Fish?
How did Mercedes find herself downloading Plenty of Fish? So let me tell you, I have already had Plenty of Fish. I'm a traveler, so anytime I go to a new state, I would usually use the app to meet new people in real life. Wow. And then I was bored because the quarantine happened. So I was like, let me see who I can meet now. And then I kept seeing this live thing at the top, and I was like, what is this? And I clicked it, and I was like, no, that's not for me. Because usually I stopped taking pictures. You know, I got a little bit older. I'm 27 now, so I stopped taking pictures completely. So I was like, nah, I'm never going to click that button. So then I clicked it.
I'm just keeping a note that being 28, I should not photograph myself, and then I'm officially in retirement.
So I clicked it, and I was like, what is this live? And I clicked the thing that said live, a person, they were on live, and I was like, okay, that's cool. So a couple of days went by, and then I said, let me push the live button. Let me see what they think about me, you know? And people were so nice. I mean, they were like, you are so beautiful. And I was like, I forgot. So thank y'all.
I forgot.
I was like, this quarantine got me so messed up. I completely forgot. So then I continued to get on, and it was so much fun after that.
What's the journey? I mean, you said you would go around to new places and use the app to connect with people. So how often were you traveling?
Well, I was actually in a transitional point in my life where I used to stay. I'm originally from California. Okay. I lived in Arizona most of my life. So you could say I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. So I would get on the app, like when I would go to a new state, I didn't know anybody. So the guys that I would meet them on the app. And after that, I was like, I only moved like once or twice, about 2 times. And I met a few people on the app from there. But after that, when I seen that live button, it was a wrap. I was like, I could really see how they are before I got to meet them in real life. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
It's true. It's like a nice way to verify how somebody is.
Right.
I mean, if you wanna get into it a bit, what were some of your experiences like meeting people on Plenty of Fish from back in the day?
I'm not going to lie to y'all. I have definitely been catfished a few times. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I mean, a dude would be like 50 years old. In the picture, he looked like he was 22. I'm not going to lie to y'all. But yes, I have definitely been catfished a few times. Update photos. Yeah.
What? We need some good tips out there, because if the world ever gets back to the normal, right? People are going to go out there. They're going to meet some people. What's Mercedes' hot take or hot tips to get out of a catfish situation?
To get out of a catfish situation, I'm really nice, because if he paying for dinner, I'm gonna sit there and eat the whole pot of those because I love seafood.
Okay.
But if I want to get out of this situation, if you guys want to get out of this situation, just let them know. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the restroom. And get on out there.
You climb out the window. That's a good looking window. You want to see it a little closer. You fell through an accident, and you know how to get back inside. It's okay. You'll call them or something.
Or let them know somebody is calling you. I'll be right back. Go step outside and get in your car, and then pull off in the Porsche or the
Pull off in the Porsche. I don't know if you need these randoms then, right? Okay. I mean, let's just to be transparent with it then. So were you looking for just friends, or were you looking to date?
I was actually looking to date. I don't want to necessarily say I'm actually looking to date now, but if something happens naturally, then that would be great, because I am single and I have been single for a while now, but I haven't found anybody that interests me, or maybe they haven't found me interesting, But I am interested in dating right now.
Okay, all right. Hey, this is not an advertisement. This is just to let people know. Okay, this is just an FYI. I wouldn't do you that way. What do you stay busy with, at least prior to streaming? You know, let's go back to when you were moving around using Plenty of Fish to network. What else kept you busy? What did you like to do with your time?
Real estate. So I'm actually a real estate agent. I help people buy and sell houses.
Wow.
Outside of that, I'm very outgoing. So I love to party. I love to have fun. I love to dance. I like to meet new people. So that's why it made this app so much easier for me to utilize, because that's just what I do naturally.
I love it. What's your song right now where if we were going out to the club, they played the song, you're on the floor? What's the song that's getting you out?
I think they know in the comments. I think my people know what that song is.
What's the track?
It's called WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
That's some powerhouses. They're hot right now. They're hot right now. The only one.
I like that song. I can relate to it. It's good.
Do you know the song doing the WAP? It's called WOP.
Yeah, I know.
Let me see you WAP, 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 WAP. That was like a hit a couple years ago. Yeah. All right. So you like to dance. You like to go out to have fun. You like to club a little bit. So you would consider yourself an extrovert.
Definitely.
Nice. Okay. How has that played into you and doing live streaming? So was it difficult for you to transition? You said you saw that live button. You weren't sure about it at first. How did that transition for you into becoming a streamer?
How it transitioned for me was when I first got on the app, I was kind of shy and I was just trying to be extra cute for the guys on the app. And then some guys would message me and they'll say, you could do a lot more with this app. And they explained to me like a lot more things that I could do on the app. And I was like, oh, really? And then I really started to bring out myself and more of my personality. I'm naturally outgoing. So it made it so much more easier for me. So I feel like the more I was myself, the more easier it made for me on this app to develop more followers, to develop more favorites and more people that I can connect with in general.
Do you feel like you were someone other than yourself when you first started?
Yeah, because I was so shy. I was like, like I said, I didn't take pictures. I stopped taking pictures. Before I would take these nice pictures. And then like I stopped taking pictures when quarantine happened because I was like a hermit, like in a shell. I was like, no, I'm not doing my hair. I'm not doing nothing. But when I got on the app, I did a little bit of something. And they was, like I said, they were so nice. Like, I can't believe it. So then after that, I really started to do me. And I got comfortable. And now, look it, I'm here. I got a microphone. We here.
That's a real working microphone, everybody.
It is.
I don't know if you know this. That's live. That's going on. What advice do you have for the people who were in the same shoes as you? I mean, seeing you now, you're a top badge. You've got a personality that lights up a room. It's hard to imagine you feeling shy. So what can you share? What can you explain with people who are possibly feeling the same way right now?
The number one thing that I can say that possibly help you is whatever you would do at home when nobody is watching, I think you should bring that to the live. Whether it's
there's like some stuff or whatever, but there's like a couple of things that was.
Chris, chill out. No. Well, y'all know what's inappropriate and what's not inappropriate.
There you go.
But anything creative that you do that you feel like will be relatable to the world. Like, for an example, like if you can draw, if you can dance, if you can sing, whatever it is that you do when nobody is watching, I think you should do that on your live stream. Because people that can relate to whatever your talent is, and to me it's really about talent, they will stick to you, they'll gravitate with you, they'll come towards you. So like for me, I feel like my talent is talking. I have this thing, like if I was not on live right now with y'all, I would probably be in my room right now by myself talking to myself like I'm in an interview with you. Sounds crazy, but it worked. That's why I'm here right now. So, but no, like, and not only that, like I like to dance. I'm a really good dancer. I don't really do that on the live, but I'm outgoing. You know,
Sure.
I'm always one. If I was at a club, I would be on the stage. So whatever it is that you can relate to, do the same thing.
Show out. So you show out a little bit.
Look,
What kind of dance are we talking? I mean, are you trained? Have you practiced, or is it just like an acquired thing? You know how to?
it's an acquired thing. You know how you grow up. I grew up around a lot of men in my family. All of my cousins are all boys. I have 15 boy cousins in my family. They all dance, so they do like hip hop dance and stuff like that. So
Sure.
I know how to dance like that really good, and I know how to twerk now. I ain't gonna do it on the live stream, y'all, but I know how to twerk now, so you know. But just dancing in general, I love to dance.
That's the leave it at home stuff.
Leave it at home. Leave
Right,
it at
leave
home.
it at home.
Maybe for the YouTube.
What? So you hit on my next question, which was going to be, what would you consider your talent to be? But let's flip it around then, because in order, in my opinion, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in order to be a successful streamer, you have to get involved with the community. You have to get involved and know people who stream besides you. So,
Right.
have you seen any talents or things that have impressed you? What have you liked about the live streaming community?
What I like about the live stream community the most is the love and support that people show. And one thing about it is, especially when it's genuine, when you meet a person in your stream and you, like for an example, I'll be talking and I'll be genuinely talking, just talking some rambling things that I would say by myself. When there's people in the comments that say I can relate to it, that is phenomenal to me. Like for an example, I'm gonna give y'all an example, and if you don't mind, I'm gonna be very real with everybody
Please.
here.
Please.
When I first started out streaming, a lot of people don't know. I made it look so good. I know how to dress it up and make it look good. I was really sitting in a laundry basket with a whole bunch of clothes in there. The clothes were filled up. Y'all didn't know I was sitting in the laundry basket, but I said that in my stream. I was like, I said, y'all didn't know I was sitting in a laundry basket, did y'all? And they was like, me too. Somebody was like, me too. Hey, can't nobody say I didn't start from the bottom. Started from the bottom, now I'm here. I got a whole
It's on the bottom of the hamper. It's like it's not. You can be, Mom, we made it. I got a chair. This is amazing. You know what? To be honest, though, a lot of people talk about when they get their streamer chair. When you upgrade from like your mom's, kitchen table chair. A lot of people will talk about I invested in a chair, right? So that's real. I mean, that's honestly a real thing.
I had a real chair too. I have a real chair, but I didn't want the chair background if it wasn't a real chair, like a gamer chair. So I used my basket so nobody could see. But I was straight. I made it all the way through.
You gotta like put it on a shelf or something for everybody. It's like, you know how people like keep their, like, who is it? I think Ludacris has like an old Acura that's got like 1 billion miles on it. And like for you, that can be like your stay humble piece, is the laundry basket. I love it.
Right.
So what else have you enjoyed? You said that people have relatable experiences. Do you feel like you've made any friends? Have you made any connections through all of this?
I feel like I made not just friends, but I made family.
Wow.
And what's so interesting about this app is there's people out here that has very deep stories that a lot of us may not know about. I have a very big family in real life, but I was always like the outcast. I went my own way. So when I come on this app and I have people that's in my stream that I call family, it's a whole different kind of connection. It's like I have a completely different kind of family that will be with me for a lifetime.
Yeah.
So I made a brand new family. I was born in my family by flesh, but these are the people that God gave me, is what I feel like. And I'm so grateful that I found this app and I met all of them. So yes, that they touch my soul.
That's big words. That's deep. Wow, that's incredible. Would you ever consider going to like an event? So say, for example, the world starts to clear up a bit. We have things like Playlist or VidCon happen. Would that be something that you're interested in?
I'm here for it. Let me tell you, I'm so outgoing. I know a lot of my family want to see Mercedes I'm here for my family. Not even just my family, the app. There's a lot of people on the app that want to see me. I would love to go out and see them. That's what I'm so into the app. It's ridiculous. This is a new, different kind of world for me. You know, even like I said on Facebook, I wouldn't even post pictures. But now this app changed the game completely. So, of course, I'll definitely be there for an event. I actually wanted to have an event where I would have like a lot of the people meet up on the app, and I was wondering like if there was a way that the app can host it in some kind of way, and everybody on the app meets up at like a hotel, some type of nice suite or something like that, and we just meet each other. I think we all would want that at a time like this.
Not that I know anyone who works for the platform, but if I did, I probably guess that right now is not the ideal time to promote people being together. But who knows? They might. I wouldn't. I wouldn't know. But that being said, you said twice though that you didn't take photos. You were kind of shy. Do you feel like this platform gave you a sense of confidence, or gave it back to you?
I feel like it gave it back to me because I was very, very confident. I've always been a confident person, but there was a time in my life where I calmed down and I was like very shy from the camera. I wouldn't even hold up my phone if the camera came on. I would duck. I'm serious. I would duck from the camera. I was like, ugh, who is that? But after getting on this app and I look at myself every day, I'm grateful. I say I'm beautiful again, where there were times where I'm like, I don't think I'm so beautiful. But after getting on this app every day, I look at myself. That's who I am. I love myself more than I have ever before. So I'm definitely grateful for this app. And I feel like other people should be inspired as well. That's why I try to motivate a lot of people within the family. Get on the app.
Sure. Mercedes, is there anything else that you'd like to plug, talk about, go over before we start to wrap things up here?
Yes. So if you ever see anybody in the comments or anybody on the live stream with a jet and a diamond in their name, that represents the queendom, as you can see up there, the jet and the diamond, that represents the queendom. Number one, that means loyalty. We're all about loyalty and being loyal to one another and being loyal in general in life. And it represents positivity and love. So if you ever see us, just know that's what we are. That's all.
All right. When do you go live? So real quick, let's plug this. If you have not favorited Mercedes, please do. You can see how wonderful of a person she is, what great personality she has. Give her a favorite. If people want to catch you, though, when can they catch you?
I'm going to start getting on live in the morning in between 9 and 10 Eastern Standard Time, and then at night around 7 or 9 Eastern Standard Time.
Nice.
Don't listen to my family in the comments. They talk a lot of stuff because I'm always late. Only for my stream, but anything real, I'll be there.
Got the house closings, right?
Right.
Right. You took a really long time to be like, yes. Have you shown up late to home closings?
No, I haven't.
Mercedes, did you just lie to me?
No. Listen, Chris, I'm not gonna deal with you right now. Y'all don't listen to Chris right now.
Chris is spreading lies. This is harassment. He's reported. All right. Thank you, Mercedes. Any last words you want to say before we go today?
It was fun. Thank you for inviting me to your show. Thank you, family, for being here to support me. I really appreciate everybody.
Huge respect. Thank you so much, Mercedes, for coming on. It's great to see you as always.
No problem.
All right. Much love. That's Mercedes, everybody. That's Mercedes. Make sure that you have her favorite. She's wonderful. My name's Chris. Welcome to Suit Up. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for the gifts, everybody. This is not the rundown, so if you're here looking for new top badge now here, he has a talent and experience that I don't know anyone on here can say that they've also done. Maybe they've done something like it, but not the way he has. If any of you are a Drake fan, you might want to stay tuned because you're going to hear some pretty cool stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next guest tonight, Mr. Ian Cuddy. Welcome to the show. How's it going, sir? Oh, hang on.
Yourself?
One more time.
I'm good, brother. We made it. Thank
we
you.
made it.
I
Yes, we're
appreciate
here.
it.
We're here. We're together. Cheers.
We made it. We made it. We're here.
I've got.
I appreciate the opportunity to come on your show, and you know what? It's a real honor. So,
Oh, dude,
thank you.
honor is mine, especially with someone with the amount of accomplishments that you have. Before we talk about all the successes that you've had, though, will you please introduce yourself? Just tell us a little bit about who you are.
Yeah. So my name is Ian. I'm a custom car builder out of Barrie, Ontario, Canada, and what I do is specialize in the antique restoration of post-war, pre-war cars, and some cars.
We're having a little bit of a connection issue there. We had a little bit of lag and a dropout, so let's give it a moment there. We'll have him repeat everything he said. So, Ian, if you want to go and request the box again real quick. There we go.
This again.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. All right. It's I'm going to knock on wood here. All right. Just go ahead and start over. So your name's Ian.
Yeah, my name is Ian Cuddy. I'm out of Barrie, Ontario, Canada. And what I do, guys, is I restore antique automobiles, post-war and pre-war vehicles, North Americans, European cars. I've worked on the best of the best to the average run-a-day car.
Yeah.
So I've been blessed enough to work on something like this, which is the Bugatti Type 57, all the way down to your run-of-the-mill Honda Civic.
Wow. Let's get Ian's story though. So, I mean, you don't wake up one day with a wrench knowing how to do an overhaul on a Bugatti, right? Where does your story start? Yeah, I think we've got a little bit of a delay. I'll get it. There we go. All right. Where does your story?
Good.
Yeah, a little bit of a delay, but we'll get there. We'll get there. As long as I'm not talking, we should be great. So I'm going to give this question to you. Can you oh man, how far is this lag? All right. I'm going to stop.
If it keeps going, we'll try something different. Are we still lagging?
Hi. Say hi back.
Hi.
Ah! Okay, yeah, let's get you out of the box real quick and have you come back.
Oh my god.
That was like a solid delay. All right, yeah. Let's have you exit and come back.
Oh man, we're lagging. Hold on, guys.
All right, here. I removed him so he can come back. That's a shame because he really has an interesting story.
Wow.
Everybody. So please let's just give it one moment. Sometimes this happens. He could be somewhere in the wilderness. We don't know. There's that too many stereotypes that Canada is poor reception. All right, he's coming back, everybody. Just one sec. If this is your first time here, welcome to Suited Up. We just had on Mercedes, who talked a bit about her experience from Plenty Fish to becoming a top streamer. Now we've got Ian, a restoration antique automobile mechanic.
Wow, the sucks, guys. Like legit, it sucks.
Hi, Ian.
Oh dear. Are we better, guys?
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Chris.
Okay, it's good enough. All right.
All right, we're good.
Good enough. All right. So what I'll do is an old trick I haven't done in forever. What I'm going to do is I'll talk and I'll do this, and that means you go. And that overcomes the delay. That way
Sounds good. I'll follow your lead.
That way we don't have these awkward talks over each other. So, Ian, can you tell us how you got started in auto mechanics and where the passion came from?
Okay, so how I started with auto mechanics was very simple. I've always had an interest for cars and for mechanical moving mechanisms. So I was illiterate, guys, until I was 21 years old. I'm 36 now. I couldn't read or write, but I could rebuild something just by being shown how.
Man, he's coming back. Don't worry, he's coming back.
if success was easy to obtain, everybody would have it. Shit.
No, you're good. You're good, man. All right. You said you were we caught you were illiterate until you were 21.
Yeah, I was illiterate, so I didn't do well in school, but I watched people build things and I could see what they were doing and I could copy it and duplicate it just by watching. So I was a very hands-on learner.
Wow.
So I got into mechanics. I applied for an oil change facility when I was 16 years old. I worked that industry for 5 or 6 years and I wanted more. So I decided to start going after apprenticeships and wanting to chase something more. I got hooked up with a company, chased them for about 6 years to get my mechanical license. That never panned out. I was making good money at the time. I was supervising a crew, but I couldn't get the physical license that I wanted to obtain. So I got a call one day from a company called the Guild of Automotive Restorers in Bradford. And I had hounded these guys to go to work for them for a year. Every couple of weeks, I would call them, say, do you have an opening? Do you have an opening? One day I get a call back on my lunch. We have an opening for a janitorial position. And I was like, okay, what? I fix cars. I don't scrub toilets. And I decided this is my chance to get in the door of this company and at least set the foundation. So I went to the interview and I got into the guild as a janitor cleaning up bathrooms. And I worked my way up to the point where I got into the body shop. And I didn't know at the time, but the body shop and the whole company actually had a production show that was underway on History Channel, which happened to be Restoration Garage. Had no fucking idea at the time. So it was a lucky place at the right time. And I ended up working my way up, found my way into body work after trying to chase a mechanical apprenticeship, fell in love with restoring the metal and the structure of the car and building something beautiful. And it just kind of fell into place after that.
Wow. Let's tackle a few things that you talked about. The first one being, I would like to know more about that history of you before 21, because being illiterate, that's not necessarily your fault. That's an educational breakdown or something happened along the way. So what happened along the way that you found yourself in that position where you were learning to read and write at a later age?
So I was a behavioral student growing up. I was expelled from every school in my region. I was very hands-on. I was very aggressive. I wouldn't think twice to punch you out. That was my personality. I couldn't focus on the schoolwork side of it, so I would act out in a violent sense. So I never took to reading or writing. I was well behind everybody else. My worst grade in high school, the funny thing is my worst high school grade was actually auto shop. Because I couldn't physically figure out the book. I couldn't figure out the physical theory to it. The practical was fine, but the theory was another issue. So it was more of like, I came up from a very troubled upbringing. I grew up in an area of Toronto, which is called Regent Park. It's all Ontario subsidy housing, which is based on income housing, a lot of crime, and a lot of low income housing. And that's kind of how it started for me. And like I said, my daughter has the same thing I do. She has a disability. And I just came up from nothing. I came up from nothing and I had a lot of obstacles to overcome. But you know what? I'm a racehorse. I don't look to the side. I look straight forward. You know what? And that's just the way I am. I've always been that way.
Wow. And again, please talk within what's comfortable for you. But that was where
Absolutely.
my question was leading, is that if you were aggressive in your youth and it was difficult getting expelled from a lot of schools, I imagine that growing up was pretty hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Growing up for me, guys, I'm comfortable talking about anything, Chris. I'm an open book. I do it in my streams. Growing up for me, so being that I I was expelled from every school in York region. So I moved around every 4 to 6 months. So gaining friendships for me was not an option, and gaining the trust with people was not an option because I wasn't going to be around long enough to remember who you were. So I've been from Toronto to Kitchener to Jackson's Point to Barrie. I've been all over Ontario. So it's definitely a struggle. But I got to meet a lot of interesting people, and you know what? I'm not one to sit there and focus and dwell on the negatives. It was a learning experience, and it built me to who I am today, and I'm thankful for it. So,
where do you feel that the change happened? Would you consider yourself to still be that bullheaded, or did a change occur? And if so, where?
The funny thing about that, Chris, the change happened when I got to high school. So I went to I started off at a high school called Danforth Collegiate in Toronto. I left Danforth Collegiate. I went to a city called Newmarket, Ontario. And in Newmarket, I went to a school called Huron Heights. I bumped into one of my public school teachers. She looked at me and she says, "Ian, I'm surprised you're not dead or in jail."
Wow.
And I was shocked. I said, "Well, that's a hell of a thing to say to somebody after 10 years. She goes, "The road you were going down, I didn't see positive outcomes." So that was really the waking point in my life where I was like, okay, wow, something's got to give.
Wow.
Something has to give.
Wow. Well, congratulations on making that change, because I'm sure many of the things that you have now you're thankful for would not have been possible. Let's go back to you mentioned you took the janitorial position, and then you started working in this auto body shop that turned out to be in production. Did you have a talent already at that point? Would you say that your talents were more acquired during the time that you were on the show? How did this all play out for you?
So I've always had a knack for cars. I've always had a passion for it. When I got the opportunity, so how it came about, I was doing the janitorial position for a year. I just turned 26 at the time. My first child was born, and I came up with a choice, and I said, okay, I either have to step up or step out. And I pulled the manager aside and I said, listen, I need to make moves, and I need to make moves quick.
Ironic time. I gotta move quick. Bye. He'll be right back, everybody. Here he is. All right. He's making quick moves. He's making quick moves back to the box. There you go.
He's hating me tonight, Chris.
Oh, we're doing
well. That's it. So basically I propositioned the owner and I was like, listen, I need to go into something that's going to better myself for my children. And he said, well, what do you want to do? And he was skeptical because I pride myself on what I do. I put 110% into it, and he was afraid to lose me in that position. So I said, listen, if you give me the opportunity, I'm going to give you that same, but only in the new spot that you put me. So I decided I played around with mechanical. I got a little burnt there because I chased so many years, wasted so many years getting a license, and I couldn't obtain it. I decided, well, throw me in the body shop. My uncle is a body man and owns a shop, and my family has always been around the auto industry. So I've always had experience, and but not to the level of what I'm doing now. I was experienced enough to be dangerous, but needed a mentor.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it went to.
Do you feel like you found a mentor?
I absolutely did. I found a mentor in my uncle. I found my uncle through Facebook, of all places, social media.
Wow.
My dad had found him, never seen him in 20 years. We hooked up, and I ended up really connecting with my uncle. And I ended up going down to his shop every weekend and just studying under him. And then I was blessed to have a fantastic teacher out of the UK who came to Canada and really took me under his wing and said, okay, I see something in you, and I'm going to make you mold me, so to speak.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I've been blessed. I've been blessed to have two very talented teachers.
That's awesome. Give us your experience on TV. So you were on a reality TV show for 2 seasons. What was that experience like?
It was overwhelming, Chris. You would take an average Joe that's, and that's what I am. I'm a blue collar worker, guys. My hands are beat up. Take a blue collar worker and basically throw them in the limelight and make them a star. It's overwhelming and exciting in the same point. I went from enjoying all the freedoms that we have, being able to go out for dinner, being able to go do typical things that we do on a daily basis, to if I went to the Tim Hortons to get a coffee, I couldn't get in the door without being stopped. So it opened my eyes to a lot of stuff very fast. And the unfortunate thing is I didn't know how to cope with it at the time, Chris, and I became an alcoholic.
Wow.
I started drinking to try to cope with it, because at the time when this happened, when the TV show really started picking up steam, I was going through a separation.
Wow.
And I had all these people wanting to be around me, and I had family members coming out of the woodwork, and the only reason, guys, that they were coming out of the woodwork was because they seen me or wanted something from me. So I dove into alcohol very fucking fast, very hard. So it was a hell of an experience in certain aspects, but it has a lot of downsides. When you take for granted the everyday privileges that we have, being able to go to the grocery store, being able to do the simple things, and you can't do that anymore, it changes your whole perspective. You have no privacy, you have nothing.
Well, I'm sure too, especially locally, it was covered a lot. In being from Canada, I'm sure it was one of the bigger things to be happening around at the time. So the show ran for 2 seasons, and I guess, what role did you play on the show, or what did you do on the show?
So the show is still running, but it ran for 3 seasons on History Channel and then went to Discovery Prime or something. I took off after 2 seasons. I couldn't handle it anymore. I was getting to a point where enough was enough. You
voluntarily left being on television.
Yes, sir. I walked away from it because my mental state is worth more than any sort of notoriety or celebrityness or being somebody's workhorse. The peace of mind that I have when I go out now, and once in a while I still get recognized, but that peace of mind is worth more than any kind of money you could put on the table.
Wow, that's.
I forgot the rest of your statement. You were saying a 2-part statement, but I forgot the rest of your statement.
No, I mean, it's wherever the conversation takes us. That's the authenticity of the conversation is what I value most. I guess just to bring it all home then, are you happy that you did it?
Absolutely. I don't regret anything in life. I don't live with regrets. I am not a person that's a woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda type person. I owned a business before COVID. I opened the business 1 month before COVID. Actually, Grandpa Slush, he designed my hoodies for my company. And I lost the company, unfortunately, a month ago because I couldn't get enough business in the door because of this current situation. I'm not spiteful. I don't live with regret. It's a life experience, and you move on and you move forward. It wasn't meant to be at that time, and you pick the ball up and you go on to the next adventure. My next adventure is currently here. This platform is, if not as good or better than the network television. And I have goals now that I want to obtain currently here, and I'm going to take my team and we're going to do it.
Interesting. Well, that segues perfectly. How did you find this? How did you get started live streaming, and which platform are you streaming from?
I found this from POF. And I clicked the live button one day and I found a girl named EM.
Okay.
And you know what? She was one of the most realest people I met, and she guided me and helped me kind of develop myself. And it evolved from there. She then gave me advice to jump on to Scout. From Scout, I jumped out and started really venturing out, where I'd met one of my good friends, Grandpa Slush. And one of the main reasons I'm in the position I'm in today because of Slush. I met a group of really solid people that believed in me and seen my vision and helped me work for it. So,
wow. I have this thought, and I really am interested in your perspective on this. You said that you've had trouble with mental health with the limelight, and that it was difficult for you being in the limelight. I can only guess that if you're on this and you have goals with this platform, those goals typically have notoriety or at least visibility as a consequence. Why do you want to dance that dance again that you know you struggled with in the past?
I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. It's a different type of stardom, Chris. It's a very different type of stardom, and being in the limelight on a network television show, you can't bring anybody with you but your immediate family. This app is so diverse, and I fell in love with it for the fact that you can do so many different things on it if you only just explore it. I've created a family of people that are so fucking real and so solid that I'm going for a top badge. This is what we're doing. I will be back here and you will be announcing me as a top badge. I want to be on that banner, and I'm bringing my whole team with me. And as I build the foundation, my team comes with me. I couldn't do that on network television. It was only about me. Now I'm able to give back to my people. So as I build up, I build them up.
Okay, sure. So more of a group effort versus individualistic.
Absolutely. The show in itself, Chris, the show in itself can't run off one person. There's 5 people that make this show happen. This show is so completely different than anything I think this app has seen besides yourself, Slush, and a few select extras.
If we can time out for a second, when you say this show, are you referring to something that you do on your live stream?
Yes, sir. So Cuddy's Creations, the restoration show in itself, I believe, is such a unique product to this app. It's so different than anything else currently on the app.
Yeah, tell us about it.
So what we do on the show is myself and assistant JB.
It's that good. That's got to be a secret. it's that good. Yeah, he's coming back, everybody. All right, here we go. Cuddy's Creations. We're getting the information on it. All right, here you go, Mr. Ian. All right, so Cuddy's Creations. You and 5 others.
Yes, me and 5 others. So Cuddy's Creations. What this was me and my crew of 5 people. When I first started, I had a very small team. There's 5 of us behind it. There is assistant JB. There is Sam the Puppet Hunter, Holly, Sassy, Grandpa Slush. All of us have a big part in this. And I had a product that I thought was so different from everything else on the app. I wanted to use this app to show people that this can be used as television, and what we're currently using it for is just the start.
I'll agree with you.
So we sat down and 100%, Chris. I look at it from a different set of eyes. And I threw the idea by Slush. He goes, amazing idea. I threw the idea by JB, Sam. They all said amazing ideas. And the show takes literally 5 people to fuel, because in the beginning of the show, you're not going to get views. You need to fuel the engine to get it going, which you need to get it trending. That costs money. So we all brainstormed, and I said, this is my idea. What do you guys think? They said, run with it. So I have assistant JB, which holds down the fort while I'm explaining things, welcoming people to the room, answering questions if he can, and just giving that British humor. So my assistant JB is actually from the UK, so there's 5 hours difference between us, and he jumps on the show and he gives that little bit of sassy humor that's missing.
Real quick,
Sam,
just real quick,
yeah.
I don't know if it was clarified. Well, I'll ask the question while he's coming back. What is the show about? What do you do in the show? I understand it's Cuddy's Creations. I assume it deals with restoring vehicles. Well, what is actually the content of the show?
So the content of the show, Chris, is being from network television. Television is edited and cutted. There's a lot that the public does not see. The content of this show is to inform the viewers what it actually physically takes to build these cars step by step by step, and breaks down the costs involved. So when you come into the stream or the show, I give you a blunt heads up view. This is what it's going to build it, and this is what to look for, and this is what to steer clear of. I keep a pure transparency about what I do, and I inform the audience, because the fact of the matter is we're all talented in many different ways. And if I can share my knowledge, that makes you more informed to make a choice before you go and buy a car. So it's a teaching stream more than anything else.
Cool. Okay, I like it. That's really cool. That's really cool. Give us some of your favorite projects, or some of the things that you've worked on that you would consider to be highlights.
So the top highlights of my career to this date would have to be, I was participating in a build for Drake. Drake is a very large car fan. He has an extensive collection of Maybachs, Rolls Royces, Bentleys. I was part of his build in a Toronto shop that I worked for, where we built a Rolls Royce with a custom $75,000 body kit on it. So the fact that I could actually see Drake's cars and physically touch his Rolls Royce, physically touch his Maybach, and say I had a small part in that car was absolutely phenomenal.
That's cool.
I've also been blessed enough to be part of the creation of a 1935 Bugatti Aerolith. Bugatti is an absolutely fantastic automobile maker, and this car, the Aerolith, was a prototype for the Type 57 Atlantique. And this car was made out of magnesium. This car cost $3.5 million to make, just to recreate.
Wow.
From 10 pictures. So I've been blessed to have a part of that. And my first ever job on the TV show was a George Barris creation called Turbo Sonic. These videos you can all look up on YouTube and find them. George Barris is the original creator of the Batmobile, the Monster Coach, Dragula, the A-Team, Knight Rider. So George Barris, God rest his soul, he passed away a few years ago. He owns a shop called Barris Customs. And my first ever job getting introduced to the car building was a car called the Turbo Sonic Dragster, and that was my introduction to the business.
Sounds like something like that gets shown off at car shows, or like a dragster.
Absolutely. It's actually a jet-fueled dragster. It's not a typical car as you would think. It runs off naphthalene gas, and it's basically a bomb on wheels.
Okay. You built it, huh?
I recreated it.
It's incredible. Ian, so as we start to wrap up, you know, we've touched on a lot of topics, but I'm trying to stay mindful of time. So I'd like to just pass it to you now. Is there anything that you're passionate about, interested, anything at all that you'd like to talk about or go over before we wrap up today?
I'm passionate, honestly, guys. I'm passionate about this site now. This site has got me hooked. This site legitimately, for me, is my therapy. Okay. I came on in the beginning of COVID, and if I find when I go into others' rooms and I watch the streams like Grandpa Slush, it's my way of escaping reality. I'm passionate about what I'm currently doing and investing in my people. And I absolutely love what this app is capable of. And I love seeing what they're going to do with it. Like I'll be honest, Chris, I'm the front man for my crew. I have momentum, but as we go, I'm building up my crew. I want to see what my crew can do when the light's on them. So I'm all about building each other up instead of knocking them down.
Sure.
Because a house divided amongst itself will not stand, but a house united can do amazing things.
For sure. Yeah, I mean that's it's important to support and keep in mind the people who are making themselves available to you or helping you. So I understand completely.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Ian,
and you know what? Yes.
when is your show live? So if people would like to favorite you, so if you haven't, you've enjoyed this conversation, if you'd like to check out more of this restoration activity, make sure that you give Ian a favorite here, Mr. Cuddy. But when can people catch you if they'd like to see some of this content?
So you guys can catch Cuddy's Creations on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern time. And we run for an hour. So it's a 2-hour. I will be expanding it as needed, but if we get more busier, I can throw more days into it. But right now it's Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Eastern time. And then in the evenings around 9:30, 9:45, I have my evening chill and chat where it's my crew coming in and it's just conversing and battling and building up my favorites and building up the team so we can go for top badge this year.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on the show. If anyone has enjoyed this conversation or is interested to know about Ian, see what he can do with these vehicles, make sure that you give him a favorite and see and check it out, all right? Ian, much love, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
It's an honor, Chris. Thank you for having me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Much love. I appreciate everything. We'll be back, Chris. I'll be back for my badge.
All right. You know what, Ian? I will reference this conversation when that day comes, and I will look forward to seeing you on the other show, which is the Rundown. So, all right, I'll see you later, man. That was another drop, but we'll keep it there. All right, everybody. That was Mr. Ian Cuddy. Mr. Ian Cuddy. We had Mercedes on first, but the show's not over. We have one more person tonight. She's been super patient. She's requesting the box still. Miss Andrea. I knew I was gonna screw it. I knew I was gonna screw it up. It always happens at least once a show. Ladies and gentlemen, our third guest of the night. How you doing, Miss?
Hi. You know what? My name is pretty hard to say, so you did a good job.
Yes. Are you running away from us? Are you?
I am.
There you go. It takes some comfortability to get. I know streaming can be tough, and you're a VIP as well. So we've kind of gone the triple home run tonight. We had a top badge, we had an up and comer, and now we have a VIP. So we get a little bit of everyone that's on the app. But for the people who have not met you before, will you please introduce yourself?
I'm Andrea. Hi.
That's good. You know what? Challenge me. I'll give you the question points. All right. So it's nice to meet you. When did you start on the platform?
Right when COVID started, actually. So it's like March, April.
So March, April. Okay. So fairly recent. How did you hear about the platform?
I actually got out of a 7-year relationship. And my aunt was getting married. I was just like, oh my God, congratulations. Like, how'd you guys meet? You know, like the usual questions, right? And she was like, oh, I'm POF. I was like, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
So then she told me what it was, and I was like, all right, well, I'm not looking for anybody because 7 years is a long time. So then like March, April happens. I'm like, fucking COVID. Oops, sorry, I'm sorry.
You're fine. Go ahead.
And yeah, so I downloaded the app just to see what's around. So I'm not going to dip my toes in the company pool, So
Got it. Yeah.
am I lagging?
Nope. You're fine.
Okay. Well, then I downloaded the app. I seen the live feature, and then I went into someone's live, and they're like, "Oh, we can't see your picture. You should download Meet Me." I was like, "Okay." So I downloaded Meet Me, and then just after that, I found it from my cousin.
Okay. Okay. Well, if it's all right with you, I would like to explore a little bit of that time. I mean, we've done it with everyone tonight. We don't always do it. But I think with you, it's especially relevant because 7 years is a long time. And then going onto the internet, you don't know what to expect. Here you find yourself live streaming. So can you take us back? I mean, what does the past 7 years of life look like? I mean, here we are.
The past or the future?
The past. So you said you had been in a 7-year relationship and then you found yourself here. You didn't know if you were ready.
Well, yeah, so, we were engaged. Like we were going to be married. Like we went down that whole road, but I don't know. It just didn't work out between he and I, and he like left the state and I stayed in California. But 7 years is a really long time. So it's really hard to like, hey, I'm going to start over type of thing. So, downloading the app was like a really big step. And then meeting like all these new people from everywhere is amazing.
I'm interested because, even now I can tell you're still a little bit shy and still understanding and learning everything. How did it feel to make that transition from, you were with someone for such a long period of time to, all right, I'm putting myself out there. Did you feel ready? Was it like ripping a Band-Aid off? Were you excited? Help us understand your mindset.
I was not ready, especially to go live. My first people can tell you, oh my gosh, I told them I will never go live again. This is my only one and only live. They're like, if you don't go live again, we're going to hurt you. We'll find you. I am very shy, but I think that's like kind of what my live is about. It's just making people feel welcomed and loved and like a safe space.
Yeah. Okay. Did you start off watching live streams or did you did? Okay. So how long did you participate in viewing?
Oh, so I didn't start going live until probably like May. So I started the app in like March or April, but I literally had like 1,000 favorites before I even started going live. So yeah, I watched other people's profiles, watched what they did. And I was like, no, I could never do that. Like no one's going to want to see me.
What? I'm curious. What did you see that you felt not confident in? Where you saw it and you go, oh, that's just not me, or I couldn't do that. What was it that you saw?
I don't know. I guess being in a 7-year relationship in the past, it was kind of like your spouse doesn't really tell you that much that you're beautiful or you're pretty and that I don't know, you kind of feel the love, but you're not told that all the time. So you're like, oh, I'm not as pretty as these other girls. Like, Jesus Christ, Holly is beautiful. And like Simone is beautiful, like, you can't get prettier than that. And then you go on live and everybody's like, oh my God, you're so pretty. You're so pretty. I'm like, dude, like I work at a car dealership.
You know what?
I'm like one of the guys.
You know what? Hold up. Let me slow you down here because I think that is what may draw people to you is that you have a high level of humility and you don't carry yourself in a way that is intimidating or feels that you're not approachable because you have humility. And that's a fantastic quality to have as a person.
You see, and this is why I go live, so people can tell me this.
Come on. All right, you're cut off. You're cut off. No, I mean what I say there is that I mean, people. I mean, who likes someone who just wants to brag about themselves? You know what I mean? Is
Yeah,
that? I mean, that's not something that's very attractive. Let's go back into though. So you view for a while. Did you go in a box at all? Did you do
Yeah.
anything like that? You went in the box. Okay.
Yes, it was like a bet. Like, oh no, if you go in the box, I'll go in the box. And then the girl went in the box. Like, crap, I gotta go in the box.
Yeah. What
So
did
I
that
did
feel
the
like?
date box.
Oh, you went a date box the first time.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember your first time? What that felt like? I mean, were you nervous?
I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, this guy's not gonna like me. Like, oh, he's from a different state. Like, the girls in that state are like Georgia peaches, you know? And I went in the box and I'm like, oh my God, get my Snapchat. I'm like, calm down.
You know, I think we have more history to talk about here because there's a reoccurring theme with you not feeling very confident. I mean, throughout this conversation already, you've mentioned a lot of like, I'm just not going to be good enough, or other people are better, or I'm not able to. Has this been like a lifelong thing that you've felt this way, or can you help us understand some of that?
I think it's just like growing up and you seeing like all these beautiful celebrities. Growing up, my parents actually were super strict with me.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna have boyfriends. I couldn't do my hair. I couldn't even wear nail polish, makeup. If I straightened my hair, my parents would get so mad at me. So like it was just growing up being very plain Jane. My dad said, your job is school. And so I would get good grades. And then eventually, like my junior year in high school, I got a cell phone. And then I got a car. And then senior year, I was like, makeup!
So it wasn't necessarily that you were just down on yourself. It was that you weren't allowed to do some of the things that may have helped your confidence or made you feel like you were, quote unquote, fitting in.
Exactly. And then, like, I did sports, you know, like I was a jock. I did swimming. I did water polo, tennis, basketball. So I was like always just in the dirt, like getting crazy, working on, I mean, going back to Cuddy, I worked on cars with my dad since I was 8. Like I'm in the auto industry for 8 years now and go to car shows growing up. Like I wasn't this girly girl. So when people like say, oh, you're pretty, I'm like, ugh.
Okay. Okay. And so that makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I guess it's different though when it's coming from somebody you like. You know, you can hear it all the time, and not believe it. But like when you actually hear it from somebody you're interested in, you're like, okay, maybe I am.
You know, also interesting, the verbiage and the things that you're saying, it kind of sounds to me like you're still using this platform for potentially dating.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. This is, not many people admit to that, especially even if they've shifted to like live streaming, which you have. We haven't even gotten to that part yet. But that almost sidelined me here for a moment because it's not too often that people will admit that this is something that they want to use for dating. I'm curious.
Oh my God. I left you speechless.
It's not, well, it's more of that. It's uncommon for people to say that. And the reason is sometimes there's a shift where people start using this, they get attention or popularity or they get diamonds and they say, well, if I start to date or I get interested in dating, it will take away from my streaming. But it sounds like streaming isn't a priority to you. Is that accurate?
It's not a priority.
Walk us through, because you go live. So walk us through that.
Well, I go on and I always put my date box up. Yesterday was a little different. We played Hangman, but I think it was a way to like get people loose and like, have fun and just enjoy each other. Something like to look forward to, like if we were in a relationship, like we're gonna be silly. We're gonna play Hangman. We're gonna play like Twister.
Yeah. Do you use live then to potentially find people who you may be interested or they may be interested in you?
Yeah, I've actually met a couple people off the app. like in
Wow.
person.
Okay. So talk to us about the experience of now going live. The first time you went live yourself, you said you were really nervous. How did you overcome it, or do you still feel like you're overcoming that?
So I went live. I met somebody on the app, and he was like, I will be there. You just have to turn me red. And if someone's very rude or inappropriate, we'll kick them. And they kind of like walked me through it. So actually having somebody to like hold my hand and like, hey, everything's going to be okay type of thing.
Sure.
And I think every day is like you're going to a swim meet. That's how I think of it because I was a swimmer.
Okay.
You're going to a swim meet. You're going against the other team. You're taking your parka off and you're on the block and you're like, all right, I'm going to jump in. And that's how I think of it. So yeah, every day is like, ooh, like, should I go? Should I not? I know people like go in my live and they're like, did you just see that? And then I pop in, I'm like, my bouncer showed up.
Yeah. I'm understanding this. I don't know that I've interviewed someone on here that's uses this as dating. Because typically they shift to like some sort of like live streaming. So this is kind of refreshing and interesting, and I think great for people to hear because you admit it very freely. So when it comes to you and your search, what are some of the qualities that you're looking for any of the people who are watching who have liked our conversation so far? What is on the checklist for you, or what are you searching for?
So I actually answered this question in Perfect Flaws Live.
You spoiled something. I knew I had an inclination. I was like, I already know who she's next week. Okay. Go ahead.
I actually met a lot of great women on this app, and just like seeing like everybody's lives and going in there and like seeing how they talk to other people. I want someone who's going to take an, I guess, I don't know how to answer this now because I'm like face to face, but it's kind of like you want someone to listen to you and care about what you're talking about. You know, remember what I say. If I said like, oh, I work at a car dealership, you know, you're like, oh, I remember you said Ford. I'm like, yes. Like, you're like, what? You remember that? Type of thing. Like that's like, okay, like maybe I should keep talking to this person.
Okay. So be heard. Okay. Well, I'll lay off some of these questions so that people can make sure that they tune in. But for any of the potential blind daters who are participating, you got a tip there. You got a tip. So, okay. Here's the $1 million question then. So let's say you were to find somebody. Do you think that you would continue using the platform, continue to find friends, or do you think that it would have served its purpose?
I think I would have continued to use the platform. I actually really love meeting new people. And like I said earlier, meeting people from other states, different countries. I met people from Australia. I have best friends that live in Tennessee. Like, it's like, when would I ever meet these people unless it was on the app, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I think I would continue to use the platform, even if I met the one.
Okay. Well, that's exciting to hear. What would you like to do then with your live streams? Do you have any plans? Is there anything in particular that you currently do with your stream? You know, what's the future for you in streaming?
Well, I go live at work sometimes, most of the time, and I work at a dealership. So they listen to me answer people's questions and, you know, kind of like go into the car industry. They're like, oh my God, she actually knows what she's talking about. I'm like, yeah, I know about transmissions and differentials, all that good stuff. I don't know. And I guess keep just doing my live and making people feel welcomed.
Excellent. You are still going through, I'd say, the transition of gaining the confidence as a streamer. For the people who are like you, same question I posed to Mercedes, you know, and I have no doubt that you'll have just as much confidence in life as she does. But for someone who hasn't been able to take that plunge or is really apprehensive to try and do it themselves, what do you have to say to them to help them feel confident, or talk about maybe even the rewards of trying to go live yourself? You know, what words do you have for them?
I would just say, just like her, be yourself. People are going to come because of who you are, and they'll stay because of who you are. They'll come because, oh, look at your pretty face, or look at your profile picture. It's a Lambo or something. But they'll stay for your personality. And I think my people stay because I make them feel welcomed. But if they try to go live, just be yourself. I mean, that's all you can ask for. Because if you're going to be somebody else on this and then go FaceTime somebody afterwards, and you're somebody completely different, then they're gonna be like, oh, like she was fake type of thing.
Sure. Okay. All right. So I have a bit of hot water here for you. Okay. And I would like your perspective, and I'll get out of it as soon as you'd like. But you're a black level VIP, and
Yes.
you have used the platform before, like love interests and dating, and mixing money and dating can be a difficult thing to do. So my question for you is how have you been able to manage it? Do you have anything in retrospect that you would like to have changed? Advice for other people who are gifting with the intention of catching the interest of other people?
Okay, so like everybody else, when you come into a stream and your black VIP shows up, or your green VIP, or your purple VIP, you get the pretty birthday cake glimmer.
The birthday cake. Yeah.
So people call out your name, or it's like automatically like drop a dragon, like drop a jet type of thing. Well, that's why I made a lurker. Somebody told me make a lurker account, so I did. And then once I find somebody that's interesting and like I want to talk to more, then I'll talk to them. But I don't feel compelled to gift anybody. I am some people's top gifters, but it's not because I have a love interest in them, but because I actually value them as a person. So definitely don't make people feel like you should gift them or they should gift you type of thing. I don't ask for any diamond I've got.
Leading with your wallet can be a double-edged sword. It can get you the attention, but it can also find you in situations where you don't know if people are actually interested in you versus
Exactly.
what you could give them. Yeah. So that was a great answer. Is there anything else that you're passionate about, interested in, that you would like to go over, talk about before we start to wrap up today?
Everybody in my stream knows that I have my birds.
Bird.
I have my birds, but they're downstairs. I have 2 parrots. Do you guys want to see them?
Yes, that's not even a question. Go get it.
Okay. Give me a second.
Okay. You can either leave your camera here and bring them or you can take them downstairs and all that.
We're going to go downstairs,
Okay,
but I
but-
have to cover the camera.
That's fine. All right, everyone, if you're just joining, we're on our third guest of the evening. A special shout out to Mercedes and Ian Cuddy, who just were on. We're currently finishing things up with Andrea, who is searching for love, and she's got these parrots. we're gonna meet her tropical birds. I thought we did great for time now. Oh. Where are you located that it's so bright out? Are you in California? You must be. Interesting. Okay. All right. So we've got some birds coming. We've never had birds on the show.
Okay. This
Whoa! That's incredible.
is blue and gold macaw. Okay, you see her?
Yeah.
She is? Oh, wait, no, we're not doing the trick yet. Okay. She does dead bird, okay? You ready? Dead bird.
Ah! No way! Wait, do you have more than one?
I do.
Can we see the other one? And does it talk?
They both talk.
Wow.
African gray. He has the red tail. See him?
That is beautiful.
You hear him meow, so as I heard him meow. Say hi. No? You can't make them talk just like kids.
What type of words, and why does the other one have a long tail and this one have a short tail?
So this is an African gray. He has the mentality of a 12-year-old, and he can sing, and he'll literally sing like, "Who let the dogs out? Woo, woo, woo." And then she has the he'll live to be 120 if kept in good health. He'll literally have to be willed to somebody. Yeah. And then the blue and gold macaw, she has the mentality of a 7-year-old, and she will live to be probably about our age, like 100, if kept in good health.
Wow. So why is it just because they're different breeds that there's such a gap in intelligence, or?
Yeah, that one, she's not a mimic, but he is a mimic. He actually has my exact voice and like my dad's exact voice. And
No way.
Yeah.
Is there any way possible that we can get him to do that?
I don't know. They're like kids, you know? They're like, oh no, he's stubborn.
Can you give it like a grape or something? And
Meow, meow, meow. He's like, no. Oh, did you hear it? He barked.
that's so wild.
Yeah. So that's me.
I know that parrots are really smart, or macaws. I've heard that term before because there's this one called Einstein that I've seen on YouTube, and Einstein can do all of these really cool tricks and recite facts, and yeah, that's super cool.
They'll be out here having a whole conversation literally for like ever, and then you have to like cover their cage in order to like tell them go to sleep, stop talking.
Wow. All right. Well, that's another reason for everyone to favorite. If you want to catch these birds talking and learn about these macaws, give Andrea a favorite. Thank you so much for coming on. Any last things that you? Oh, wait, when do you go live? If people would like to catch you, when do you go live?
I usually go in the nighttime just because I do work and I am essential. I was kidding. Laughing.
Oh, that's good. I mean, we can get the bird noise. That is so wild. It looks like it's like in a picture.
It gives me a kiss.
Wow, that is so cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Please give her a favorite, everybody. Anything you'd like to say before you go?
Thank you. Thank you to everybody who supported me, Michelle, Derek, Blake, everybody. Thank you.
Much love. All right.
Bye, man.
Let the panther run through. Excellent. Much love. Thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Thank you. Oh,
right. Bye. You got it. There you have it, everybody. That's the show. That's the show. That's the show. Special thanks to Mercedes, to Ian, and to Andrea, who just came on with her birds. We didn't catch the birds' names, so that's something to maybe ask her. But special thank you to all of you who have come on and watched the show today. My name's Chris. This is a show that we do every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any questions, you have any interest, please send me a message on Instagram. You can find me at the same name here, Chris Casper, spelled just like that. If you want to know more about the app and you want to hear app updates, or we want to hear who got their top badges, tune in on Friday at 3 p.m. I can tell you that I do have badges to announce this week with an S. So, we've got some new ones this Friday. Are you going to be there? Are you going to be one of the first people to know? Well, I'm excited for you all to find out, all right? So, see you on Friday at 3 p.m., everybody, with the rundown. My name's Chris Casper. You can find me on all socials at Chris Casper right here. Much love. Treat each other with respect, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Oh, wait! Thank you to the gifters. I didn't say any thank yous to gifters today. Thank you to all the gifters. The top five gifters today. We had Simone, Bot Boys CEO, Nicole, Bryson, and Live, Ben Wapu. Thank you so much to everyone who gifted today. It's the top five. And I'll see y'all soon. Much love, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye.